Ready? All right, welcome back to another episode of Fabrication 101. Obviously doing something a little different today. The Bronco is out of the garage, and in its place I have this large sheet of aluminum, but I also have a boat sticking in the door. Well, kind of in the door, just enough so I can work on it. That is not my boat. It's my brother's boat. Apparently he and a buddy both bought the same boat, and they both bought the same engines for this boat. That doesn't fit this boat. So what I'm working on is a way to raise the transom. Hopefully that aluminum glare in the bottom there isn't too bad for you guys. I'm going to raise that transom up about 5 inches or so with some aluminum. That's where this aluminum tread plate comes into play. That'll be part of it. But I'm also going to use some of the old leftover aluminum from, I think that's actually from my fish pond filter build. Which you should check that video out when you get done with this one. So anyway, we got some measuring, some cutting, and a lot of welding to take care of in this video. So we'll get to it. all the pieces are cut out, including all these little pieces of angle iron, which unfortunately are going to be made into squares because I couldn't find any 1.5-inch square tube around here. So I'm just going to take these pieces and put them together like that. Make sure they're 1.5 inches and tack them together. Maybe do like a 1-inch weld on either end because they're just going to be supports to go inside of this so it doesn't get squeezed together when the motor gets clamped into place. But anyway, I got some holes to drill, I think, before I start tacking things together. So we're going to get those holes laid out. So anyway, we're going to get those holes laid out. We're going to get the drill going and get some holes drilled in that thing and get some welding done. right, well, that one's all done. First one's all done. I guess it looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I had some issues with the TIG welder, and I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination when it comes to this kind of stuff. I'm not gonna make excuses. I just don't get to TIG weld nearly as much as I'd like, but I like it. Anyway, it came out pretty good. I'm pretty pleased. It will bolt in there, not quite nicely. Get some silicone around it and all that stuff, but before we can do that, let's see, get that shine out of there. We'll pull it off, look at a couple other things, and we gotta make another one. So there it is off. You can see the welds are not complete disasters. They're kind of dirty. I really would have preferred to shear these panels instead of plasma cut them. When you plasma cut the aluminum, it leaves a pretty heavy oxide layer in there, which has to be removed, and clearly I didn't get all of that off. But this is kind of funny right here. When I went to plasma cut the pieces off the table, I actually burned into the edge of my table a little bit, which is that table over there, and it's got that rubber edge around it, and I kind of melted it a little bit, so oops. So anyway, it came out pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with it. I think it's going to work just fine for my brother and his buddy, but now we got to make another one. So let's try and save you guys the drama of watching me struggle through another one of these, and we'll go ahead and just kind of snap our way to a second one. And there's the second one. Whoa, almost just fell off the step. Some of the welds are a little bit better on this one, a little bit cleaner. It took a little bit more time. Make sure I could clean them out a little bit better. But all in all, I'm pretty pleased with it, pretty happy with it, and I think they're gonna work just fine for what they want to do. All right, it's all bolted in there. I did record this, except that as I got up to turn the camera off, I actually turned the camera on and realized I never turned the camera on, so I didn't get to record any of that. Anyway, it's all bolted in there. You just use some 5/16 stainless steel carriage bolts with those kind of acorn nuts on them, so there's no thread sticking out of the back. Unfortunately, you can still see the remnants of my very poor job siliconing this thing. The tube said clear silicone, although it's white. Hopefully it dries clear. We'll see. Anyway, it should be all nice and watertight, I hope. I don't think that part of the boat gets too deep in the water anyway, so we'll see how it looks. Or we'll see how it floats, I guess. So that's going to do it. That's going to do it for this episode of Fabrication 101. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see where we end up next time. Until then, do me a favor, do yourself a favor, and go build something.